Hi everyone, my name is Jana Kay. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really am glad that you did because in this video, leave it to stitches to create a great project with this ball of yarn. For one of my previous videos, I was going through one of our linen closets that I have converted into yarn storage and came across this ball of yarn that I have had for several years now and have been wanting to make it into something that I love, that's usable, that I really love. It started out as a shrug. I tried very early on to make a shrug before I really knew the ins and outs of yarn weight, hook size, drape, all of that, and how those worked or didn't work together. And I made a shrug that fit like wearing cardboard. It was awful. So I frogged the whole thing and made this big old yarn ball. And it has been sitting in my stash for a very long time. So in this video, hi y'all, this is me, Jana Kay, in the future, and wanted to just insert this part real quickly to let you know that I tried a pattern and it was a flop. So at the end of this video is a poll where I have chosen 4 other patterns. Would love for you to vote on one that you think I should make. So if you don't want to stay for the Ravelry kind of walk through where I am looking at patterns, showing you how to search and find patterns on Ravelry, please, in the description box below or down at the bottom of the video itself, you can kind of scroll through and jump ahead to the poll, or you can look in the description box and click on the link that will take you to the poll. I would love for you to help me decide what I should make with that amazing ball of pink yarn. So thanks for your help. We'll see you at the end of the video. I'm going to walk you through my process for finding the perfect project for this yarn. And so I am grateful that you are going along with me on this journey. The first thing that I did is I weighed it. It weighs 270 grams. And I will then look that up to see roughly how many yards that is. But I'm going to use the website Ravelry. I keep track of all my projects. I am not really a journal or calendar, paper, diary, calendar keeper. I use my technology to do that, my online calendars, because so much of my life is invitations that come through email, things like that. I always have my phone with me, and so I keep track of my schedule digitally, and I keep track of my projects digitally. I have my Ravelry handle in the description box below. You can go and check out all my projects that I've done, the whips that I have there on my project page. Well, Ravelry is a great place to go and search for patterns, because you can search for specific patterns. You can search by fiber content, by yarn weight, so many ways to search for patterns. And it is a clearinghouse of all sorts of patterns, from free to paid for patterns, all over the world. Designers will put their patterns on Ravelry. And so that is where I'm going to take you first. So I'm going to do a screen recording so you can see how I will be searching for a pattern on Ravelry. So let's get to that next step. Okay, so the first thing I am going to do is pull up Ravelry, and when I do, it comes up to this page, which is my project page. So if you go on Ravelry and you search um, using my handle that is in the description box, you will get this page. I think this what comes up is you will see this page with all the projects. I have tried to keep up to date. And the way they do it is they put all your whips first, and then the projects then that you have finished according to the date. Some of them I don't have the dates in, but anyway, that is just a little bit for your information. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is go up to advanced search. Now you can search if you know the name of a designer, a pattern name, people, you can put that here. Sometimes I will put it there and then go to this one that says patterns, because really all I want is the patterns for that particular item that I'm looking for. But because I am going to filter for this ball of yarn, then I need to just click on patterns. All right, so when I do that, it comes up with, you'll see, 1,487,817 projects. I don't want that many. It goes up from page 1 to page 2084. So obviously I'm going to put some filters in. But the really cool thing about Ravelry is you can search for a particular item. You can search. This drop down list has hot right now. You can find all the patterns that a lot of people are considering doing. So hot right now are popular patterns, the most recent popular patterns, and that doesn't necessarily mean they've actually done them or in the process of doing them. They're favoriting them, they're putting them in their queue, that kind of thing. And if you don't know what that is, I'll just click over here. You can list all your projects. You can put projects in a queue. This is for your yarn stash, and maybe yarns that you've spun, tools that you use, your favorites, favorite shops, favorite designers, favorite patterns. And your pattern library is the things that you have finished or are working on. Your library, those patterns that you have downloaded, you paid for. All right, so anyway, Hot Right Now covers those that are in people's queues or in the favorites, or that they've actually done. You can look at new to Ravelry. You can sort by name and put them in order from A to Z. Random order, most popular, again, projects that people have favorited, and the difference between Hot Right Now is they are the most recent, but most popular is according to numbers. People that have favorited them, put them in their queue, made them all by numbers and over all time. And then most projects is the ones that people have put in there on their page as completed. Most favorites or most in queues, publication date, by rating, if you want to see and sort by ones that have had the highest ratings, difficulty, and the yarn required. So I am going to search you instead of putting something in, because I don't know exactly what I want to make. I don't know if I want to make a hat or a scarf or maybe try another shrug or cowl or poncho, something like that. I am not going to search for a particular pattern. I'm going to go over here to the left. I'm not searching in my patterns, my library. I do want to do crochet. So the craft will be crochet. The boxes mean you can check as many as apply. So knitting, machine knitting, or even loom knitting. But I just want crochet. Then I am going to filter out what I definitely want to do. So when it comes to clothing, I don't want to make a coat or a jacket or a dress or intimate apparel, leggings, all of that. I want maybe to make a shrug, maybe. Uh, I'm not sure I really want to make a whole sweater. I really honestly don't think I have enough, but I'm going to click vest, tops, sleeveless, strapless, tee, other. I'll just put all tops. I'm not really sure, but I might see a top that I can't live without. So I'm going to check that. And that's pretty much all the clothing that I'll be looking for. Accessories. So when I click on accessories, I might want to make a bag. So I put all bags. I'm not sure I really want to make a backpack, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and click all bags and nothing for my feet, legs. I'm not sure I want bulky weight on my hands. I might make a hat, so I'm going to just go ahead and click all hats. Jewelry, neck, torso. I might be interested in not really a bib, not necessarily a cape or a collar, maybe a cowl, a poncho, a scarf, or a shawl. We'll click all those and be a little particular. All right, other headwear. I'm not sure what's in there. I'm going to check it out. I don't really wear any of those, so I'm going to leave it at that for accessories. Then we have medical home. Maybe I'll want to make something for home. Maybe a pillow. I like that. Maybe a rug. That's interesting. This is a tweed yarn. I'm not sure a tweed rug would look good. Not sure where I'd put pink either. Well, but I'm going to check it and see what ends up. Decorative. No, I don't want any of those. Not making it for Christmas. Cozy. What's under cozy? I want to make things bigger than what's listed here. So I am not going to do those. Really want to make something bigger than a bookmark. Definitely don't want to use it for cleaning. It is acrylic yarn. So I'm going to leave home. I don't want to make any toys or hobbies. I don't want to make for a pet. I don't know what a component is. Oh, I see different blocks. A frog? Stitch patterns, an Afghan block applique. No, I don't want to do any of that. So there you go. I'm going to leave all of those that I have categories. Maybe I will think differently later on. I'm going to limit to free patterns. Hopefully I will remember a little bit later to mention something about free patterns. And I'm going to go ahead and click Ravelry download because I do like it when I can download it straight from Ravelry. All right. Has a photo. Yes, I definitely like to see what I'm going to be making. And then all of these things I don't really care about. Accessibility, color work, construction. I'm not into really care about crochet technique. So I'm going to go down here to weight. And I'm going to definitely check bulky weight because that is a big determining factor. You've seen I've gone from 1 million to 8,000, quite a big jump. And I definitely want single strand. I don't want to hold any yarn double. All right. Then I get down to yardage. So I have measured, and this weighed 270 um, grams, and bulky weight is about 100 grams to 100 yards roughly. Could be a little more. So using AI, I asked 270 grams and bulky is about how many yards, and I came out, or I was told that it's around 270 to 350. So for yardage, that is what I am going to check. So I'm going to check 150 to 300 and 300 to 450, even though I think that those projects still may be a little too much. I may not have enough for some of those projects. But if it's right at the 300 range, 305, then those two range of yards should fit the projects I'm looking for. All right, gone from 2,000 pages to 80 pages of patterns and projects. All right, so here we go. So I've seen this hat a lot. We are sorting by hot right now. So maybe I want to sort by most projects or most popular. So there you go. This is the order of most projects. Most people with bulky weight yarn have made the Nordstrom hobo bag or the triple luxe cowl. But the nice thing about this is that Ravelry is a great way to filter out any AI generated patterns. It's not foolproof, but because I have sorted by most projects, then I can actually go to individuals who have made this to their project pages and see what yarns they used, any notes, whether they found the pattern easy, difficult, um, what modifications they made, and get pictures as well. And so you can actually see how many people made it, and that whether they liked the pattern or thought it was AI generated or not. And so, yeah, it gives you a lot of insight and helps you not pay for patterns that have a lot of errors in it. So this cowl is pretty cute. So if I click on it, and then I can click on a picture and you can see it up close. You can see several different views of the project. Some pictures are really good, give you close up. This tool with the plus, I can click on it and zoom in to see the stitches and zoom back out using that button right there. And so it says here that it is a $5 download. Now remember, I did click free patterns, but I also clicked Ravelry downloads. It says here, also available for free. Information is in the notes. The free version is also available, and a lot of times it's available by visiting their website. But it says free pattern here, and if you click on here, I'm going to open up another tab. So if you click on here, and I don't know that I can record that tab. Oh, I can. Look at that. There it is. It is going to her blog, and you can see scrolling all the way down pictures of the cow. There's a really great picture of the cow close up, and her pattern should be all the way down at the end of it. People with blogs do like to write quite a bit. But it's great because you can see all the pictures, and I am assuming I'm going to go over here and um, scroll quickly, not hopefully not making you too dizzy. Um, hmm, maybe I missed it, the pattern. But all her writing could be the pattern. I'm just going pretty quick through it. So uh, there we go. Free crochet pattern. Maybe you have to click on that. Anyway, takes you to the website. All right. So the pattern technically is a free pattern, but because I clicked on Ravelry download, it will cost me $5 to download it to my computer and get rid of all those advertisements and things on her website. All right, cute. I do like that. This hat is very cute. I don't know. Maybe I would wear a tweed hat. Might be really cute. Uh, I like this. I was going to make a shrug or made a shrug and frogged it. This is pretty cute. I know Nastasia. I have done some of her patterns off her YouTube channel, and so I like it. She is um, has really great patterns. She is a trusted, as far as I'm concerned, a trusted designer. She has a lot of followers. Here, 582 projects. People have done her projects. If I click on this, then I can see all the ones who have done her project and what they look like. You even have this photo of the person wearing the project. Some of them they're just laying flat or they're on a mannequin, but in some of them they're wearing it. And you can see differences in the way they were made. I'm sure just the size they chose and the differences. Here's one that's a little bit smaller, maybe not as wide as the one Nastasia is showing. And so, yeah, anyway, you can check out, and a lot of them will put notes. Some will put no project notes, but that is a great way to see how much they were liked. It is rated very easy in difficulty, and a lot of good 4.7, 4.6 for the rating of her pattern. So yeah, so that's cute. I might want to make a Mobius shawl instead of that. Oh, and I forgot one other thing, because I am not quite up to 450 yards. This right here will tell you yardage 300 to 400 yards. So it will take a good 300 yards of this. One size fits most, but she says you can easily customize it. And so like the one that we saw may not have been as wide as the one that Nastasia has made. All right, so that's an option that I like. These hats are pretty cute. I don't really want to make a flowery. Ooh, I like this. My hobby is crochet. Go with the flow. Super scarf. That is really pretty. 305 projects. Huh. I love the texture of this. I'm going to zoom it in. Look at that. That is really pretty texture. I like that. 305 projects. Ooh, that one's interesting. Huh. Gives you a really good view of the texture. Doesn't look like she made it quite as wide as the pattern called for. Maybe this one looks a little wider right there. It looks like that one was done with 2. This one was done with 3. So that tells me that you do a long chain, and then you are chaining in strips. Maybe. Unless you're making a long strip and sewing them together. But this does say only did 3 repeats instead of 4. So, oh yeah, this one says made only 2 repeats. So that's a good option. I like that. All right, that's a pretty shawl with bulky weight yarn. That's a really neat hat. Ooh, that's a lovely purse or bag. I like that. Vintage market tote. And there are 249 projects. Again, you can see this pattern is available for $4.99, but a free version, you can visit the website. So, yeah, so that is really pretty. Oh, I like that. A really pretty stitch with bulky yarn. That's a good consideration. Oh, that flower bag is pretty. That one is pretty. Nordland Morning. That one's pretty. This is kind of interesting. I don't know that I would wear a shoulder shrug, but that's an interesting idea. I like the texture of this one. Fairy Tale Knits website. It's available for free. Comes from the color of the glacier. While in Norway, I've been to Norway. There you go. Let's look at the texture. That is so pretty, and the colorway is gorgeous. That is really pretty. That's definitely a contender. And it calls for 240 yards. I may even have some left over, maybe enough to make a hat or add another color in. Maybe pull out the tweed bits in here that are black, pull those out with a different yarn color. I like it. I like um, the texture of that. That is a good contender. This is interesting, a poncho. Ooh, now these Celtic hats, ooh, that's pretty. That is a good idea. Wow. That might look really gorgeous in tweed and my favorite kind of brim. Let's see, how much yarn does that take? 150 yards. Definitely have enough for those. Um, so it is $4.50. But it does say you can visit the pattern website, so they might have a free version. Yep, down here it says, for the free version of my pattern, visit my blog at the link below. So you can get the free version. Or you can pay $4.50 and keep it in your library, keep track of it forever. All right. So finding some good options here. In fact, on this first page, I think I found some options to really consider. Okay, so here we are at the end of the video where thank you for staying, jumping ahead, and helping me decide what to make. I did make the Mobius shawl, I think that's what it's called, by Donna at Nastasia. It's a great pattern. I just didn't make enough chains. I hated using a plastic hook. It was an 11.5 millimeter hook. Hated using it. And so I just would love to have your help in deciding what I should try to make because I am frogging that shawl out. But Donna's patterns are amazing. I love her tutorials and have made several things from her. So it wasn't her pattern. It was just that I did not make it right and hated the plastic hook. So anyway, here are four choices, numbering them 1 to 4. I will pop them on the screen with their name and then put up the poll uh, on the screen and in my community tab. It's really cool because YouTube allows you to put up a poll on your video, but I will also put it on my community tab because I'm thinking if you're watching it on a laptop that doesn't have a touch screen or your TV, then you can go to the community tab to help me vote. Okay, so number 1 is the Go with the Flow Super Scarf. It is by Kingda Erdem. and I really like the way the stitches look. You can do as many repeats. The repeats are going vertical around, so you can do as many repeats as the yarn allows. So that is number one. Number two is the Nordland Morning Mist cowl by Armida Joy, and I really love the stitch pattern in this cowl. I think it's beautiful, and so that is option number two. Option number three is the Celtic Winters Slouchy Hat by Megan Meyer. I love the design. I think it will give me a good challenge to do that Celtic design on there. And yeah, I think it's beautiful. So that is option number three. And then option number four is the Easy Ribbed Infinity Scarf by Nicole Banker. It says that it's easy, beginner friendly, but I think it is really pretty, and I really like ribbed things. And so, yeah, I liked ribbed beanies, ribbed socks. So anyway, that is option number four. So please cast your vote. If not here on the screen, then please cast your vote uh, on my community page. I am taking votes through April 30th, 2026. So if you're watching after that date, would love to know what you would choose. You can put that in the comments below. And but yes, I am only taking votes up until April 30th, 2026. Thank you so much for helping me turn this fantastic, beautiful ball of yarn into a fabulous project. I am hoping that I can be successful in going from frogged to fabulous. So, y'all have a wonderful day crafting and creating, and we'll see you in the next video when I leave it to stitches. Bye.